On a cold, rainy evening in Chicago, 12-year-old Maya stood outside a small grocery store clutching a torn backpack. She had spent the last hour trying to gather enough courage to ask strangers for help. Her little brother, Jordan, was sick at home, and they had no food left except a half loaf of bread. Most people hurried past her without noticing. Some avoided eye contact. Others simply said they were sorry and kept walking. Just as Maya was about to give up, an elderly man named Walter Thompson stepped out of the store carrying 2 grocery bags. He noticed the tears in her eyes and gently asked, "Are you okay?" At first, Maya shook her head and said she was fine, but Walter could see the fear behind her smile. He sat beside her under the store awning while the rain poured around them. Slowly, Maya explained everything. Their mother was in the hospital. Their electricity had been shut off, and she didn't know how to help her little brother. Walter listened without interrupting. Then, instead of giving her a few dollars and leaving, he did something unexpected. He walked back into the store and bought enough groceries for an entire week. Soup, fruit, bread, medicine, cereal, milk, even Jordan's favorite cookies after Maya quietly mentioned them. He also paid for a taxi to take them home safely. When they arrived at the tiny apartment, Walter noticed there were no lights on. Quietly, he made a phone call. The next morning, the electricity was restored anonymously. But his kindness didn't stop there. Over the next few weeks, Walter visited regularly. He helped Maya with homework, brought warm meals, and checked on their mother in the hospital. Eventually, he connected the family with a local community support center that helped their mother recover and get back on her feet. Months later, Maya asked him why he cared so much about strangers. Walter smiled softly and said, "Years ago, someone saved my family when we had nothing. Compassion only survives when we pass it on." Years later, Maya grew up to become a nurse, inspired by the kindness that changed her life. On her first day at the hospital, she kept a small note in her pocket that Walter once gave her. Never underestimate how much one act of kindness can change a person's future. And every time she cared for someone in pain, she remembered the rainy night when one compassionate stranger chose not to walk away.